award-winning author, How to Achieve the American Dream Without Losing Your Latino Soul. Don Daniel Ortiz will be joining us with his insightful message and learning about the collaboration that's leading to a Hispanic business forum in our area. It's all here on the next Latino Motion. Please join us.
Choose quality, value, distinction. Choose Stockton.
Latino Motion with Bert Lopez is presented by Latino Motion Public Affairs Media, a New Jersey nonprofit corporation, and Stockton University. This edition of Latino Motion with Bert Lopez is brought to you by the HD Studios at the campus of Stockton University. Funding for Latino Motion is provided by Atlanticare, healthcare you can believe in. Atlantic City Electric, energy for a changing world. And South Jersey Gas. Welcome to Latino Motion, a weekly interview show highlighting issues impacting New Jersey's Latino community while advancing understanding of Latino cultural heritage and contributions to our society. And here is your host, Bert Lopez.
Buenos dias, and thanks for joining us today. My first guest is an award-winning author, speaker, and host of a popular TV show, American Dreams, Latin Soul, Don Daniel Ortiz. It's a pleasure to have you here on the show. And one of the most important things we want to talk about is the book, the How to Achieve the American Dream Without Losing the Soul. It's very intriguing, the title of this book. We want to talk a little bit about this, but before we do, want to get to know you a little better. And I know you wear a lot of hats. You're here in Atlantic County because you're speaking at a convention. Mm-hmm. Tell me a little bit about your background.
Okay, well, Bert, thank you for having me. It's a real pleasure to be here. And I've been on your side of the aisle and with my own TV show, American Dream, Latin Soul. So thank you for the opportunity.
And I'm always intimidated when I'm interviewing someone that's done what I've done.
Well, believe me, you're doing a great job. And believe me, I'm no expert at it, but it's something that I do as a labor of love. So basically my background, I am, if you look at the pie charts of Hispanics in America, right, and majority, where they come from, you're Mexican, Colombian, et cetera, et cetera. I'm on that little 1% where it says other. If you've noticed that. My background is Spanish. My family's been in the New World for over 20 generations.
Wow, okay.
So we came from the Spanish, literally from Spain, so Santa Fe, Nuevo Mexico. My great-great-great-great-great-grandfather, Don Asiano Vigil, was a territorial governor of New Mexico even before it was a state. So wow. Hispanics in that part of the country say we didn't cross the border crossed us, which literally is true.
That's true.
So that's the short story of my background. I'm a businessman. I have a brand which is Latino Success, and that under that category, I'm an author, an award-winning author. I produce and host a television talk show, American Dream, Latin Souls.
So what came first, the TV show or the book?
The TV show came first. The idea for the book came afterward. But it's basically the same general theme as achieving the American dream without losing your Latin soul.
Now, I know just watching some of the videos from your TV show, you highlight entrepreneurs,
yes.
Success stories in business, and that's some of the stuff that you carried into the book as well.
Yes, it's the same philosophy. And the TV show American Dream, Latin Souls really shares the greatest, what I call the greatest untold story in America. And that is Latino business success. If you're a Latino in America, you're 4 times more likely to start a business. If you're a Latina, you're 6 times more likely to go into business for yourself. So Hispanics are achieving the American dream in greater numbers through a business of their own, but the national media is not talking about it.
Tell me a little bit about how you got this show started. I know that obviously you've been involved for quite some time doing public speaking, et cetera. How did the TV show come about?
It's ironic. I never really intended to start it. I mean, if you asked me, 10 years ago, even when I was growing up, that would be hosting a television talk show. I said, you're crazy.
No, the same here.
Okay, so it was never an ambition. I have no background in media or communications whatsoever. I'm an economics major. I'm a former stockbroker, financial planner, did that for 20 years. And I really started because I got angry, Bert.
Oh, really?
I got angry at the national media and the politicians when the subject of Hispanics came up. It was always almost exclusively in the context of illegal immigration. or immigrants. And nobody was talking about the Latinos who are succeeding in business. So I thought, well, I asked myself, why isn't there a show that highlights this? And so the question is, if not you, then who? If not now, then when? So I just took the step and said, did some research and discovered that I could just start a show at my community college, local community college, public access. And I've been on this side for several interviews through my books, and I figured, well, how hard can it be?
So the job is easy.
Yeah, I mean, it's harder to be a guest than it is to produce a show.
Now, obviously, you've been very successful at the show and compiled some pretty nice stories. I understand it's available on YouTube. You have a YouTube channel as well that you can see all the videos.
Yeah, on YouTube, Don Daniel Ortiz on YouTube. The show is called American Dream Latin Soul, so you could find it by either one of those two names.
Now, let's go into the book a little bit.
Okay.
And obviously, it is an inspirational book, and you kind of try to get the reader to get some insight about their own personal story.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about that.
It's actually about personal story. Well, the book, again, is called How to Achieve the American Dream Without Losing Your Latin Soul. What does that mean? Basically, as Latinos in America, we live in two worlds. We live in the one world where we're Americans, and we follow, we live in a world, in America that has American cultural values like rugged individualism, achievement and success, Puritan work ethic, etc. These are researched values that Americans have, new and improved. Our change and progress is a big American value. I mean, how many times have you talked to one of your Anglo friends and they say, what's new? And what else is new? And it's always what's new. Latinos, we in America, we have to live with those cultural values, but we also have our own values, and I talk about this in the book. Right. And Latino values really come down to three things: faith, family, and frijoles.
Frijoles.
And frijoles is a catch-all I use for Hispanic culture. So whether you're a Cubano with the black beans, or you live in the West where I live, where we have pinto beans, or maybe refried beans, that's universal with Latinos. But frijoles is a catch-all for our culture, our music, the food. Su casa is mi casa, or mi casa su casa. Right. It's a Hispanic culture. So we have this world that we live in, and we have the American world. So it's really bridging the gap between those two worlds that allows you to achieve the American dream. And the reason I started this is because I achieved my American dream at a very young age. I was a stockbroker, financial planner. I was on the board of directors of a bank. I had $135 million under management. I was in the corporate world. I had achieved success.
Well, one of the things that, interestingly enough, you say is that to stop chasing success and start living your life purpose.
Exactly.
Tell me what you mean by that.
Okay, well, exactly what I was saying I found that I had achieved success, but I was miserable. Oh, and that's because the ladder of success that I climbed was leaning against the wrong wall. See, I'm an entrepreneur at heart, and one of the core values of entrepreneurs is freedom. Time freedom, relationship freedom, and of course, financial freedom. And so I found that the more successful I was as a stockbroker, financial advisor, the more clients I had, the less time I had. No freedom.
So you pay the price for success, and we want to talk a little more in depth on how you could start living the life purpose, which is what you cover in the book.
Exactly.
We need to take a quick break, but we're going to be right back with more Latino Motion.
Latino Motion with Bert Lopez is presented by Latino Motion Public Affairs Media, a New Jersey nonprofit corporation. Join us online at www.latinomotion.tv. Find us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. We encourage your comments and contributions for show topics.
Welcome back to Latino Motion. Again, I'm here with award-winning author Don Daniel Ortiz and talking about his book, How to Achieve the American Dream Without Losing Your Soul. And Daniel, one of the things that we were talking about is stop chasing the success and start living your life purpose. Mm-hmm. So tell me a little more about pursuing life purpose.
About life purpose. Well, the background is we live in a society, American society, where it is assumed that your purpose in life is to be successful. Right? To go to school, get education, etc., to become a success. Success. And the paradox, and I chased success. I mean, I went through that process. Got educated, went to college. My vision was to be a successful businessman. And as I said earlier, I climbed the ladder of success only to find that it was leaning against the wrong wall. So at that age, what I did is I did something that I wouldn't recommend that everybody do. It's not for everybody, but I quit my job. I sold my house, gave away most of my earthly possessions, and I bought a one-way ticket to Spain, which is where our family's from originally. And I've traveled around the world and looking for a purpose and some meaning in life other than just money. Because ultimately money doesn't buy happiness, as we've been told 1,000 times before. So I wanted some meaning in my life. So,
And that sounds a lot more like a millennial approach versus our age group, right? Where we were brought to work hard,
Right.
Stay at a job. Today's millennials, they don't stay very long at a job,
true.
similar to the approach you took. So you were just an early millennial.
maybe so, but it also my soul was not
Right.
fed.
And let's just talk a little bit about that, because one of the things you say is that you want to unlock the secrets of your personal story. And tell me a little bit about that.
Well, every life is a story. We're not born just to grow up and be successful and then die at the end of the day. We have a story in between.
Right.
In between that. So most people don't see their life as a story. And we have, especially living in America, we have the opportunity to create our own life story. And your own life story it could be a tragedy, it can be a comedy, a love story, but you can create your life as a story. Joseph Campbell talked a lot about this in his book, Hero with a Thousand Faces. The fact that we go on a journey through life, things happen to us, and through that process, if you follow a purpose rather than just chase success, you will find meaning and you will find your purpose in life when you go through. You have to follow your calling.
And of course, that applies to everyone, but for Latinos, one of the things you emphasize is to harness the power of values, faith, family, and frijoles.
Yes,
right?
yes.
It's faith, family, and frijoles, those
Yes,
values.
Those are our cultural values. Well, let's talk about faith first. The majority of Hispanics, of course, are Catholic. But faith doesn't necessarily mean that you belong to a religious tradition. It's faith. Latinos have faith in our culture. We have faith in si se puede,
Si se puede,
is our attitude. We have that general faith. Family, of course, is core. Latino, our identity is part of our family. To tell you a quick true story. When I came back from that trip, I was dating this gal a sweet gal from Alabama, Birmingham, Alabama, Southern Belle. We were living in Las Vegas. We were at this cocktail party. I'm the only Latino in the group, right? And so the hostess predictably asked me, "So you come from a large family?" I was younger then, but I said, "Sure. There's 4 or 5 dozen of us at least." And everybody stopped. And I don't know if you remember that commercial when Eve Hutton talks, people listen.
Yeah, yes.
Everybody, I guess you could hear the conversation, stopped and had this look in their face. And my girlfriend at the time came up, whispered in my ear, "She means your immediate family." So it never occurred to me that my family didn't mean my familia. It's part of who we are. So again, sometimes it's a challenge for us as a Latino or Latina. If you get a college scholarship across country to go, Anglo kids, usually they're like, "Yeah, I'm out of here." But Latinos, we're not necessarily encouraged to leave. If grandma says, "Mija, why do you want to go so far?" That kind of thing. It's a challenge. And when I found that living abroad and living away from home, I miss my family. I miss my culture. So that's part of the being a Latino is being part of an extended family, and then the frijoles, of course.
We got 2 minutes left, and one of the things I want to talk about is overcoming fear to find peace, another topic that you cover in your book.
Well, once you determine that you have a purpose in life and you have an American dream you want to achieve, life is not easy. It's not easy achieving dreams. It's very difficult, but there will be a point where you have to cross a threshold of fear. And that fear can manifest in several ways. I mean, for me, it was, should I quit my job at the top of my career, sell my house, and buy one way ticket to Spain? That was a little fearful. But when you face your fears, it's like the dragon, like in the fairy tales. You kill the dragon, and actually the best example is in The Wizard of Oz, when Dorothy puts water on the wedge, she melts. When you face your fear, everything melts away. But you have to be willing to face your fear, and that's part of the journey of your story. Is you face your greatest fear on the path to achieving your dream, because your American dream is on the other side of fear.
So essentially, the gist of your book is how to achieve the American dream without losing your Latin soul. And the Latin soul for you, as you indicated, is the faith, family, and the frijoles.
Yes.
And it's not always easy to be able to to keep that together.
That's right.
For many Latinos.
Right.
And ultimately, what we're trying to find, all of us are trying to find, the happiness and fulfillment.
That's right.
Now, your book takes you to about 7 steps.
Yes.
And it's all detailed here.
Specifically in the book. Yeah, and it's based on Joseph Campbell's work, The Hero with 1,000 Faces. So this is not something I just came up with. He actually outlines those steps that we all go through.
Let's talk a little bit about where you can find the book.
Okay. Well, the book, of course, is on Amazon.com. You can buy it directly there. Selected bookstores and my website, LatinoSuccess.com.
And also, you have your YouTube page as well.
I have a YouTube for my television show, yes.
And I also Facebook as well.
Facebook, LinkedIn is probably the best source to reach me directly for professionals. Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you so much for sharing this important information with our audience, and I'm certainly going to read the book.
Great.
And hopefully I'll have an opportunity to be on your show soon.
All right, absolutely. You're more than welcome.
All right. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with my next guest right here on Latino Motion. Hola, my name is Bert Lopez, and I'm on the set of the public affairs television program, Latino Motion, located at the beautiful campus of Stockton University. It is here in this modern, high-definition studio that we tape our weekly 30-minute television program. Latino Motion highlights issues impacting the local South Jersey Latino community while advancing understanding of Latino cultural heritage and contributions by Latinos to our society. As executive producer and host of Latino Motion, I'm proud to announce our partnership with the National Association of Hispanic Nurses, the Garden State chapter. This partnership will assure consistent outreach to our South Jersey community on important health topics. I want to thank Elena Cuetro, president of the Garden State chapter, for helping to advance this partnership. Working together to strengthen our community is how collaboration wins. Bienvenidos and best wishes to the members of the National Association of Hispanic Nurses.
Latino Motion with Bert Lopez is presented by Latino Motion Public Affairs Media, a New Jersey nonprofit corporation. Join us online at www.latinomotion.tv. Find us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. We encourage your comments and contributions for show topics.
Welcome back to Latino Motion. Latino purchasing power in New Jersey total $46 billion. That's an increase of 415% since 1990. Latino businesses are an important part of the state's economy. And joining me is the Vice President of the Chamber of Commerce of Southern New Jersey, Cristina Reina. Welcome to Latino Motion. And the data, the tremendous impact of Latino businesses certainly does not escape your chamber. No. Tell me a little bit about some of an initiative that you're undertaking right now in collaboration with others.
Absolutely, Bert. Well, thank you for having me on the show. And we're very excited at the Chamber of Commerce Southern New Jersey about our Hispanic Business Initiative. This is a new initiative that we are starting at the Chamber. And honestly, we can't take 100% credit because, of course, we do understand fully the statistics you just spoke to. But about a year and a half ago, former Assemblyman Angel Fuentes, now Deputy Clerk in Camden County, Angel Fuentes, came to our chamber and expressed to our leadership that the Hispanic business community, although thriving in the South Jersey area, felt a bit disenfranchised from the rest of the business community. And so we kind of took that information back to our organization and thought, how can we sort of make us all one business family here in South Jersey? Now, our organization represents the 7 most southern counties of New Jersey, from Burlington County all the way down to Atlantic and Cape May County. So we thought, what better way than to take our current membership and open our arms to the Hispanic business community and welcome them into our organization and kind of show them what our organization, our chamber, is all about. And doing that by partnering not just with former Assemblyman Angel Fuentes, but also Senator Nilsa Cruz Perez in the 5th Legislative District, and then several partners of Hispanic business associations across the state.
I understand you're also partnering with the statewide Hispanic Chamber of Commerce.
Yes.
also the LAEDA
Yes.
organization out of Camden, Economic Development.
We have the Hispanic Leadership Association.
That's Angel Fuentes' organization, which
It is indeed. It
I'm
is indeed.
proud to be a board member of as well. So this is a great collaboration, and obviously it's about time that we did something like this.
Yes.
Tell me what's going to be covered in the forum.
Well, our forum is going to run on Friday, November 6th, from 7:45 to 12:30 p.m. at Lucian's Manor in Berlin. And as you noted, we do have 4 fantastic partners: Carlos Medina and the statewide Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, Angel Fuentes, Ray Lamboy and LAEDA, and also Varsuvia Fernandez from the Greater Philadelphia Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. So those 4 organizations partnering with our organization has this half-day event planned where we will have 2 panel discussions, both of which are going to be moderated by you. So thank you for that.
Well, thank you for the invitation.
Absolutely. We couldn't think of anyone else to do it. 2 panel discussions that day. First and foremost will be on, it's called Your Business Toolkit. And this is a panel discussion basically telling Hispanic individuals interested in opening businesses how to go about doing that.
And that's an important thing. Obviously, some that haven't been here a long time, may have immigrated. It's very easy to open up shop somewhere, but there's a lot of regulations, rules, and particularly in New Jersey, a lot of red
Absolutely.
tape. So making sure that they have the right information to get their business started is very critical.
Exactly, and so we have one representative from Archer and Greiner, a law firm up in the Camden County area, that's going to speak specifically to how Hispanic individuals who want to open their own business, how to go about doing that. What are the rules they need to follow? What are the regulations they need to follow? And how's the easiest way to go about doing that? Additionally, on this panel, we are going to have an individual from South Jersey Gas talking about procurement. So for those Hispanic business owners that are interested in doing business with larger companies like South Jersey Gas,
and
they'll learn how to do that.
This is very important in that aspect because, obviously the Hispanic Chamber could do this on their own, but it's really transcending to make sure that we get the large corporations and other individuals to do business with Latino organizations.
Exactly, and that's sort of the strength that our organization brings to the table because we do call all these large corporations here in South Jersey our members. So it's a very nice way to bring, as I said, the 2 communities together and get them to know each other and learn how to do business with each other.
And tell me about the second panel.
The second panel is the key. The second panel is all about financing. And if you want to start your business, how to go about doing that. And so we have 4 panelists on that panel talking about how to go about obtaining certain financing. Bank of America will be talking about their programs for small minority-owned businesses. EDA will be there speaking to any state monies that are available, because believe it or not, there are some state monies available, even though there are limited resources here in New Jersey.
And there are some new initiatives that we need to know about. And the keynote speaker, I have to say, I'm always impressed with Sid Wilson. He is the president and CEO of the Hispanic Association of Corporate Responsibility out of Washington, D.C.
Yes.
He's a very prominent New Jerseyan that's pretty much involved throughout the state. So we're looking forward to having him here.
Very much so.
Back. So again, let me just reiterate, it is November the 6th. The event, it starts 7:45, I guess, is the registration. You'll give us time to get a coffee,
Exactly.
And it goes to 12:30. And it's at Lucian's Manor, which is in Berlin, New Jersey.
It is, yes.
So we'll put out that information up on screen and make sure that everyone has that information.
Wonderful, and if they want to register, they can just go on our website, www.chambersnj.com.
Well, this is great. We have just one quick minute, and tell me about who are the members of your organization?
I mean, you name it. Our organization has about 1,200 members from, as I said, Burlington County all the way down to Atlantic County. We call the casinos our members, every hospital association, every higher education institution, every manufacturer, you name it. And then a huge majority of our membership, about 80%, all of those large businesses aside, are small businestes, smaller mid-sized businesses. So we really do run the gamut.
If you're a small business, you wanted to make contact with those bigger businesses, obviously attending one of your events. I just attended one of your events
Yes, you did.
Today, and certainly you have quite a number of events which are also available on your website.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much for sharing this information, and I look forward to seeing you and seeing a lot of you at the forum. Thanks again for joining us here on Latino Motion.
Choose quality, value, distinction. Choose Stockton.
Funding for Latino Motion is provided by Atlanticare, healthcare you can believe in. Atlantic City Electric, energy for a changing world. And South Jersey Gas.